JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 8th of July 2020. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday's afternoon session where we're going to have a quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, some of the charts that we looked at this morning just to see how everything's kind of getting along. Basically just a quick update on what's happening right now in the market. Now, of course, before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then. Okay, so now then, just before we jump in, as always, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website, and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So yep, feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top. Now, jumping into the charts, so the first one I want to touch on here is the German DAX. Now today it is kind of moving a little bit to the downside, not heavily of course, but still the index is currently trading in the red. I've talked on Monday, I've talked about this idea of seeing a possible, or not on Monday, sorry, on Tuesday I was talking about, in the morning I was talking about this idea of seeing a possible like island reversal signal here, which for now seems to be working out nicely, but what I was also saying that even if it drifts a little bit lower here, still in a way the upside scenario remains on the table, because the index could move a little bit lower here. It could find support near the 21-day EMA, as it did for example here at the end of June, from which it kind of rebounded and pushed higher again. So in a way what we're going to do here is right now is, yes, we will aim for maybe for this 21-day EMA initially. We'll see how it performs around here. Even if it overshoots it, still, as long as the price remains above this upside support line taken from the low of the 19th of March, still there is a possibility for this one to move higher again, because again, for now, overall the trend is still to the upside, but for those who are more on the cautious side, what you could do is just wait for a push above the highest point of June here near the 12,913 zone, and then yep, we could consider higher areas, so keep your eyes on that one. Jumping into another index, and that's the the American Dow Jones. So here I've talked about this one yesterday, and basically I was telling you guys that in a way we may see a bit of a correction lower here. However, if this area here continues to provide support, the 21-day EMA together with the 200-day EMA, if these two continue to provide support, then still maybe the upside remains on the table. The upside scenario remains on the table. However, if you're more on the cautious side, what you could do is first of all keep your eyes on this 26,294 territory right here, where the index found resistance recently, or should I say this week, or just maybe just for that extra confirmation, a push above the high of 16th of June, which is around the 26,611 zone, could do the trick here for more buyers, and then yes, we could consider a further move north here. However, like I said, we need that reversal here from these EMAs first. In terms of the downside, we would consider lower levels only if we get a drop below the psychological 25,000 territory, and then yes, we could consider larger extensions to the downside, because such a move would confirm a forthcoming lower low and more sellers could be joining in here. So that's why this area right here still could be somewhat of a neutral one for us. And another thing to keep in mind as well, for example, if let's say this index right now drifts lower, but finds support somewhere near this downside line from the upside here, or it finds support near this 25,000 mark and then reverses back up. Keep your eyes on this level here, because this 26,294, or in a way you could round it up towards the 300, because as you can see, we might be then getting ourselves maybe somewhat of a range here, a little short-term range, which has been running, let's say, from the mid-June. But again, this is just an idea for now. This idea comes with a lot of "it depends," so that's why for now let's keep that idea in, for later. First, let's see how this index will perform near these EMAs, the 21-day, the 200-day EMAs. But as I said before, in order to aim for higher levels, first a push above the 26,294 level could do the trick here. But for those who are a little bit on the cautious side then yep, you could wait for a push above the 26,611 territory. For now, the cash index is currently balancing near the 25,920 mark, so basically just slightly above the yesterday's close. So basically it might be on a quiet side today, but however, like I said, let's keep an eye on it today. Gold is moving nicely to the upside. Now this is what I was talking about. Now we've managed to reach that psychological 1800 level, and not only that, we also managed to overcome it. And this morning I was telling you guys that if this pushes further north, then yes, of course, higher levels could be met, but the next target for us could be the 1827 mark. And let me just kind of pick up on this one. So the 1827, I need to go back here into history, and basically that's the high, one of the highs, and that's the high of the 19th of September 2011, guys. So good potential target. And at the moment you can see that gold is kind of making its way towards that level, but for now, like I said, keep your eyes on this one. It could be quite interesting. For now, of course we are bullish more bullish than bearish, but at the same time, of course, we're looking for that nice resistance levels from where, for example, gold could maybe reverse and go back for a bit of a correction here. So at the same time, what you could do here is keep your eyes on this upside support line taken from the low of the 5th of June, and in a way, as long as it stays intact, yep, or let's put it this way, as long as we don't see a daily candle closing below this upside line, then yes, the upside scenario is still a more possible one. So again, like I said, for now we are, like I said, aiming for some higher levels, but probably we'll just leave it at rest today. We want to see how this daily candle is going to end. Maybe tomorrow, in the morning, we'll also get a bit of a correction here to the downside before another leg of buying. Now, Litecoin. I have looked at this one. In the beginning of this week, and Litecoin managed to overcome this barrier, the 44.75 level today. I spoke about this level, and basically the fact that it managed to overshot this area, of course, gives a bit of hope here for the buyers. In addition to that, we had a nice push above the 100-day EMA here, shown as the green line. So all is leading to some higher levels. However, keep your eyes on today's candle, basically, because as you can see, it seems that the bulls are getting a hold up near this 100-day EMA. So it will be very interesting to see where we will end this day today. If we do stay above this 100-day EMA, then of course higher levels could be met. We will initially target this 200-day EMA here. And after that, we do have this 50.13 level marked by the highest point of June. So again, everything's kind of leaning a little bit more to the upside, but for that extra confirmation, maybe a daily close above the 100-day EMA could do the trick for more buyers. If by any chance the price falls back below the 44.75 territory and closes below it, well, I mean, of course, we'll be very careful here. Don't get me wrong, we're not gonna start kind of looking at some lower levels here, but from the short-term perspective, if this by any chance starts drifting back down and falls below the Monday's low here near the 43.11 zone, then or not Monday's low, sorry, yesterday's low, if it falls below yesterday's low, then maybe a bit of a correction here to the downside could be possible. At the same time, the price might get pushed back below the 21-day EMA. So, but again, like I said, for now, we are leaning a little bit more to the upside. Now, jumping into AED NZD, I've looked at this one yesterday, and this is what I was saying to you guys, that if we get a break below the 1.0606 territory, yes, this could open the door towards some lower levels, but ideally we would prefer to see a drop below the 1.0582 territory, and this is the reason why. So yesterday, today we got a drop below this. The pair drifted lower, tested the 100-day EMA, but kind of failed to reach this level, this lowest point of June, and kind of reversed back to the upside. Don't get me wrong, for now we will remain somewhat bearish still, because looking at this picture, this technical picture, it seems that the pair is forming a possible descending triangle right here. So so that's why like I said, we'll keep an eye on this one, but in order to aim for lower levels, we need that confirmation break, and ideally daily close below this 1.0582 mark, and then yes, this would confirm a forthcoming lower low. And in terms of the upside, of course, a break of this downside line could do the trick for more buyers. JPY NZD. So this one is trading today above its downside line taken from the high of the 15th of May. Of course, all this is looking quite interesting, because it kind of increases the chances for this pair to move higher a little bit here, but don't get me wrong, still preferably we would like to wait for a push above the 21-day EMA before kind of, let's say, examining some higher levels, but until then, from the very short-term perspective, yes, we might aim for a little bit of upside here, but only up until here, up until this 1.9312 zone, roughly around here, which also coincides with the with this 21-day EMA, and also marks kind of the lowest point of October 2019. So that's going to be our initial target. In terms of the downside, we'll take a very conservative approach and wait for a drop below the 1.9115 territory before aiming for lower areas. So let me just capture this arrow right here. USDJPY, here, to be honest, not much is happening, and still we're waiting for a breakthrough one of these levels. I've talked about this pair in my recent videos, so not much has changed, and yep, in order to aim for higher levels, we need to see a push above the 108.16 territory. But in order to consider the downside, preferably a drop below the 105.94 level here could do the trick for more sellers, because such a move would confirm a forthcoming lower low here. It would place the rate below these lows, the lowest point of May, the lowest point of June as well. So and that's why, like I said, it could open the door towards further declines. But again, I do understand that we could be missing out on a bit of a space here, but to be honest, let's be on the safe side. And finally, EURUSD. So the pair is moving nicely to the upside. So this is what I was talking about this morning as well, that this downside line, of course, the fact that the pair kind of remained above this downside line, of course, this kind of gives it a bit of a positive spin. However, to get more comfortable with higher levels, preferably a push above the 1.1353 level would be needed, and then yes, we could consider some higher levels here. So until then, guys, for now, be very careful, wait for this push, wait for the 1.1353 zone to get broken, and then yes, we could aim for some higher levels. Until then, like I said, we're gonna remain probably cautiously bullish. because like I said, we need that confirmation break here. So guys, I really hope you found it useful, and thank you very much for watching and listening. If you want to catch my video tomorrow morning, as always, my Traders Espresso at 6 o'clock GMT time, we'll have a look at some of these instruments, some of the new ones, and yep, we'll take it from there. We'll see what the day has prepared for us for Thursday. But yeah, like I said, guys, stay safe, be very careful, both market wise and health wise, and like I said, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much, and bye bye.